It's been a week. There's been a lot of medical things happening. I'm going to talk about it in this video, but specifically, I'm going to address the medical costs of healthcare here in South Africa. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ashley. On my channel, Ashley in Africa, I talk about my experience of living and doing business here on the continent of Africa. I live in Johannesburg, South Africa, and in this video, I'm going to go over what it costs to get medical care. I'm also the founder of Afrika Investors Academy, which is a community of entrepreneurs who are building location-independent businesses, meaning they can work from anywhere in the world, having clients from anywhere in the world, so that they can move anywhere in the world, but specifically the continent of Africa, so that they can also invest in the growth of Africa. So if that sounds interesting to you, please be sure to like this video and share it with someone who would find value in it. So, disclaimer, I do not have medical aid, which is medical insurance for my folks in the West, or the US specifically. I am in the market for it after this week because I had a lot of out-of-pocket expenses, and it got a little expensive because I think I went to the doctor and tried to set everything up together and was like, whoo, this is a lot. Specifically got a lot towards the end, the last expense that I'm gonna share, because I had somewhat of a medical emergency, but I'll cover that at the end of this video. So let's cover, and this is also an estimate, right? This is an estimate based on the fact that I do live in the city of Johannesburg. So most of my doctors probably pay really high rent. I don't drive. I walk in Uber to most places. So I am oftentimes seeking a doctor within the vicinity, and it makes sense. They're going to charge a bit more. So these prices are going to be likely a bit elevated because they are services based in town, in the city. So we're gonna start with my dentist office, which I love. I go to A+ Dentistry. Dr. Kolo Mampolo is amazing. She is a young Black South African woman. She is gorgeous. She has the most beautiful smile, and she is so caring, loving. And when I tell you, my daughters, my little one didn't squeam. Okay, she's so gentle with the kids. My daughters and I both go there. If you want to see a video of us, I may add it to this video, or head to my Instagram if you want to see more of my vlogging content, because it's just easier to share on that platform. But Dr. Kolo Mompolo, she is amazing. And our cleaning for the girls and I without medical aid was just a little under 3,000 Rand, which is about 157 US dollars, if I'm maxing it out. And I know it wasn't that, but I actually am going back to get a whitening service. So y'all will see that, which I'm so self-conscious about, but neither here nor there. That is the price for the whitening treatment. And so I just remember that 3,000, but that is without medical aid, right? So 3,000 Rand, about 157 US dollars. So when we were in Cape Town, Penelope had a really bad cough. She had the cough before we got to Cape Town, but it was just really bad, and I could tell it wasn't getting better. I took her to a general practitioner, a GP here. You're often able to get same day appointments. So instead of going to the emergency room in the US, if you need a doctor's appointment, it's really hard to get with your doctor same day. So sometimes they'll tell you to go to the emergency room, which is going to charge you 3 to 10 times as much as you would to see your traditional doctor. Where here, we've had a beautiful experience of needing a doctor, seeing a doctor the same day. I had, I think, another little personal issue that I was able to get into a doctor that day. I forgot what it was. But either way, now, these are private doctors, so sometimes it's gonna cost a little bit more, but oftentimes if they know you're paying cash, they'll discount you. So that general practitioner visit same day for Penelope was between 450 to 475 Rand, which is 23 to 25 US dollars. When we went to Cape Town, we went back to a general practitioner, pediatric specific, and she was definitely 450 rand. And she worked out of her home. She worked out of her compound, which had 3 homes on it. And one of those homes was her doctor's office, which I thought was a super flex. And she said that was how she's only run her practice. Amazing. But then they'll give the prescriptions. With the prescription costs, my baby ended up having like an infection in her throat because she had the cough for so long. She doesn't want to wear jackets. I put her in jackets. She goes home, goes to school, takes off the jackets, and it was really, really cold. So she had that cough for a really long time. And so her medication was pretty expensive because she needed like antibiotic, probiotic, and then cough syrup. And again, I went to a pharmacist in Camps Bay, so I'm sure it was really, even when the register rang up, I was like, ooh, that's a lot. But I say medication is gonna cost, prescriptions from the doctor, anywhere from 300 Rand to 900 Rand. 300 Rand is actually if you're getting maybe like 3 pieces, right? 3 different pieces of medication, which I've never gotten less than 2. So every time I go to the pharmacy, they always give me at least 2 things. So I could say I've even had it where it was maybe even 175 Rand at the low end, which is about $9 US. And on the high end, I remember that bill coming up to about 900 Rand for all of that medicine, and that's closer to $50. But you know, again, I was in Camps Bay, I was meeting a friend, so I just went to like the closest pharmacy that was to her, so it was probably a bit more expensive. The last thing, I have had the most interesting time with my body adjusting to Johannesburg. So what they don't tell you is Johannesburg has one of the most highest elevations from like metropolitan cities. Apparently, Johannesburg is in line with Mexico City for like the least oxygen and very dry climates. That dryness had me on this internet talking about how stressed out I was, that my hair, my nails, my eyes, my skin was doing horrible. And now it's summer, it's spring actually, so the allergies are definitely kicking in, but the dryness essentially put me in a place where I almost actually did get an eye infection. So I got an eye infection, had to take out my contacts, went to an eye doctor who luckily is like 5-star in eye care for like any type of diseases or infection. I was so emotional seeing her because she has been so amazing in helping me adjust. Had I not had that eye infection, I would have never known that my contacts are not able to be worn as much as I wear them in this climate as I was in Tanzania or in the US. They also have a different fit. I need a different fit here because the low levels of oxygen in the air make it so that you are not getting oxygen to your eye. Thus, I mean, my eyesight has changed. It's been a lot. So going to see her, I've seen her twice in the last few weeks. I've got to go see her again because she wants to fit my eyes properly for my contact lenses. And she's basically saying that she needs to see me a couple times. Now, the price that she gave me covers everything, right? So this price that I'm going to give you covered my eye infection, the products that she gave me, and I didn't get any actual medication. She gave me really all natural products. And then my glasses, my new glass exam, I'm talking about in-depth checking for glaucoma, checking for diabetes, checking for all of the things that she did, as well as my new glasses with my new prescription and my contact lens fitting. It was a lot. We had to have a couple conversations about the price, but it was close to 8,000 Rand, which is about $420. I mean, that's a lot. That's like rent. But you know, me not having medical aid, I felt it. here. And I've been a glasses wearer, like I said, since I was 8 years old. So my eye health is really important. And if you wear glasses, you wear contacts, you have extremely dry skin, other things like eczema, you want to be very careful and considering that when you come to Johannesburg. It is an amazing place. There are products here that, I mean, I've gone to amazing facialists who've gotten me all the way together. But you can adapt, right? Your body is going to adapt, but you should definitely know if you're wearing contact lenses or if you have any like serious dry skin issues or dry eye issues or dry and brittle hair. The climate's only going to make it worse. So you want to consider that. I'm so grateful that I went to this doctor, that I had this experience with her. While it was costly, it was definitely worth it. Having worn glasses and going to the doctors in the US, they never did the in-depth type of care that I got with her. The testing, the questions, the recommendations. Another thing, these doctors will give you their personal number, right? So they'll give you their personal number and encourage you to follow up with them. You know, encourage you to come back and let you know, hey, if you need to come back, I won't charge you again for a consult. Like, they don't do that where we're from. So the medical care in South Africa is exceptional for folks that are going, you know, I haven't been to any public hospitals, but for a private hospital, which is the only thing I can go to because I am not a citizen, yeah, it's been exceptional and quite pricey, I'm sure, for my South African family, considering I don't have medical aid. But one of the advantages of getting medical aid is you might pay your premium, and then there is no copay, right? There is no additional expense for your medicines or your prescriptions. And I'm sure that varies from plan to plan. I am in the market for a plan because after this week, we're going to have to get it together. But this is what the average, you know, healthcare costs. I don't have any really extreme health issues, so be sure to, you know, do your research. And if you have an interest in relocating, I provide these travel guides with expat bonuses for folks that want to get access to my personally recommended doctors, my personally recommended spas, restaurants, accommodations, schools, and so much more. If you have an interest in accessing that, the link will be below for you to get for the Johannesburg travel guide with expat extras. Thanks so much for watching till the end. Share this with someone who would find value in it, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon.